So from the very earliest moments of my father's career, he's never interested in painting for himself. Every painting he makes is an attempt to have a conversation with a viewer. He's always thinking about who is looking at his paintings and how does their understanding of his paintings create new meaning. As he moves forward with his career, he understands more and more that he needs to have a quieter and more exclusive relationship with his viewer, that this is the only way that he is really going to have the kind of communication he's hoping for with his art, and to create a space as meaningful and sacred as a chapel, or simply just a quiet moment in a museum setting where you can just have an experience of one painting. He is starting to have that aim fulfilled, where he can have that deeper conversation rather than simply people walking by for a few seconds with each painting. This he thinks achieves very little, but a longer conversation where you can really exchange ideas, then he feels like you not only move the history of art forward, but it's really a human question, that he's addressing human questions, which ultimately is the aim of his art. I was fascinated to have an exhibition of Rothko at the Kunsthistorischen Museum, which is truly one of the great collections of European and ancient art. This was art that my father very much responded to, even though he never came to Vienna. He saw some of this art at the Metropolitan in New York, and he was in dialogue with many of the same artists in this collection through works that he saw in other countries, and of course also at the Metropolitan. He found these artists both inspirational and informative for the creation of his own art. And even though we think of Rothko as very modern, as an artist who really makes almost a revolution with his abstract paintings, he did not see it this way. He saw himself taking an evolutionary step that very much came forward from the history of art and was informed by so many of the great painters before him. But I have, through family and friends, learned more and more about the specifics of his life. It is really primarily his paintings, though, that have taught me about him. I feel him in every work, as I think it's not unique to me. I think that every viewer can find his essentially human spirit in all of his painting. And it's something that moves me a great deal. Obviously, if I did not love his painting, I would not have chosen to give up my career as a psychologist to work exclusively with his artwork, but I find it rewarding, really, every day. Every day his paintings has something new for me. Every day that I have a unique project, such as the exhibition at the Kunsthistorische, it becomes again new for me, and I find that I have a new purpose in continuing to work with his art.